Oh, all the best.
Thank you for coming to our podcast.
Thank you.
See, I've met you previously. I've met you as the Bangalore man that you essentially are.
Right.
You know, we met from Jupiter. Was?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that should be said in past tense.
Yes.
Paksha, I met you from your Bangalore office.
Yes.
You were dealing with a different set of crowd then. Now I've seen you here. You're talking to the lowest level of party, to the strategist, to VVIPs from Cinder and all that.
Right.
But see, essentially, you know, all these interviews, we have a tactic. We'll ask the uncomfortable questions at the very last.
Correct.
Let me flip that. Let me ask you, let me do away with the uncomfortable questions, okay?
Okay.
Every election, your income will become a news. It's a sitting duck news story.
Absolutely.
The moment you file your affidavit, there'll be a news item coming up. And I remember when you filed this, 680 rupees income, you became one of the poorest, candidates in Kerala. Now you have declared income 92 lakh or something,
Right.
almost 100 crore. I want to ask you, like, what made you flip the switch from, what made you declare more income now?
No. I mean, it's not an uncomfortable question at all. You said you're starting with a difficult question.
Okay.
No, it is just very factually. For many years was only drawing a salary and receiving no other income other than my political income.
That's
as an MP salary or a minister's salary. And during COVID, that one particular year, 2021, the only other liability I had was I have a coffee estate in which I'm a partner, in which there were huge losses during COVID. So as a partner, whether you like it or not, there's unlimited liability and that loss gets set off against your income. That is why I had 680.
But I mean...
No, but that is a fact.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. But everybody knows you're rich.
No. Look,
you manage it very smartly. You have created two layers.
No. Let me explain. I mean, I think the risk of sounding slightly patronizing. I think everything is not so simple if you don't take the effort to make it simple. To understand. I have plenty of investments. But the income of an individual is not the same as his wealth. Income is what you actually earn from your investments. And there are two streams of earnings. One is salary, if you're a consultant, if you're a director, if you're an employee of that company. The other is dividends. Otherwise, it is just an asset. It's like saying you have a house today that your father left you. It may be worth 20 crores, but your salary may be 50,000 rupees a month. Does that make you wealthy from a taxable point of view, or does that make you wealthy from an asset point of view?
Thank you for bringing out that asset point of view, because your movable asset also increased over the last few years.
What we have to declare today as MPs and those in public life has been laid down by the Election Commission. What is your direct interest?
Exactly.
Now, if that direct interest 20 years ago, for example, I'll give you in your own example. Your father bought a house for 1 lakh rupees 20 years ago.
No, sir.
No. I'm giving you an example. Let's assume he bought it. Or I invested 6 crores 20 years ago. That 6 crores may be today worth 1,000 crores. It may be worth 500 crores. It may be 300 crores. As long as it's unlisted. If I am in a very good mood, will pretend that it's worth 2,000 crores. On a good day when somebody comes and breaks the bad news to me, saying, no, 2,000 crores is only 500 crores. Because unlisted, there's no other way to test the value of an investment. So what you do is, as per the EC, you provide disclosure of what you have invested. But the underlying asset, whether it's property, whether it is equity, if there is no market discovery of that particular asset, you have to give what is the face value of what you invested.
This is how our legal system is set up. This was actually pointed out by this article in Scroll back when you were contesting Lok Sabha. They said you have created this multiple layers, like you have things that you have to declare, and within that there are subsidiaries that...
But can I tell you something? I just want to break the bad news to everybody, conspiracy theorists. All this structure was done way before I entered politics.
That's true.
So I didn't do this because one day I woke up and said, I want to give Scroll an occasion to write articles or for you to ask me questions. This is what I started doing in 2005 when I exited telecom. I wanted to set up a private equity company. I started a company called Jupiter Capital. It has made multiple investments. Some have gone sour, some have become hits. That is like the nature of investing. Now, if you call every investment that is owned by Jupiter Capital a subsidiary, you are free to do so, but you are wrong. It is an investment.
And it's not extraordinary for a politician to do this, because in Kerala itself we have examples.
I did this before I was a politician. Why are you connecting this and politics?
No, I'm saying even in Kerala, there are other politicians who do this.
No, but I became a politician after I was a businessman. I am not a politician who's become a businessman after entering politics. There's a big difference. You're from Bangalore, you use the example. I'll give you an example. Difference. I entered politics to make a difference, not to make money. DK Shivkumar enters politics to become a billionaire. I was a millionaire before I entered politics, and I have become less of a millionaire after entering politics.
See, the larger public wants to track the wealth of their MPs and MLAs. And if they see that there's a gap between the perception of a rich MLA and his affidavit, there is a kind of questioning attitude, right?
Look, I mean, I am not nor am I refuting you, nor am I agreeing with you. If you are a left of center person, I'm just making my point clear. If you are a left of center person and you have a natural problem with wealth and wealth creators, then everything is viewed through a prism of suspicion.
Okay.
That is normal. I mean, if you ask an average lefty today, do you like a businessman? And I'll tell you why, because I've experienced this. In 2006, when I took the oath as the first time parliamentarian, in that same room was Brinda Karat, loudly proclaiming her opposition to having businessmen enter politics. So I heard that. She was trying to whisper, but it happened to be a very loud whisper. And I said, I'm going to prove these women. She and Margaret Alva were doing kush in the corner. Here comes another fat money man into politics. So look, I am used to being viewed with cynicism, skepticism, but I have no reason to prove myself to anybody but those who I serve. If you as a journalist or my political opponents have a healthy skepticism towards me, manufactured or real, that is for you to sort out. I am not going to sit down and try and convince you about my 20 years of ethical politics,
and how you manage your business.
Nor how I manage my investments. I don't have, so that is not my business to convince you.
Specifically, Congress has raised an allegation about a house in Koramangala.
No, not this time. They raised it in 24. They raised it into my Rajya Sabha election. If you track the last 18 years of Congress antipathy to me, from 2010 when I got raided by the Congress government, after I exposed the 2G scam, they have had a specific dislike towards me because I have poked my noses in areas that make them very, very uncomfortable. 2G scam, the Karnataka land politics of Karge, every one of these issues I take a principled stand and I fearlessly fight for it. That is not something that anybody likes, including journalists. So I do what I do.
But it happens.
One thing I'm very clear. I am absolutely confident about the life I've led. The life I lead in public life and the life I will continue to lead. I certainly don't need any certificate, not from Kroll, not from anybody about my...
it so happens as rich people forget how many houses they have. So,
I have one house. That house in 2008 was transferred to a partnership firm in which I'm a partner. And therefore, the disclosures require me to disclose only my partnership interest in the firm, which I have disclosed. And these are all disclosures. I'm not an idiot.
I understand.
I mean, this is almost implying that I'm a fool when some joker congressman puts a thing saying I'm suppressing my house as an asset. Everybody on the planet knows that it's my house. Everybody knows it's where I live. And so I will suppress it. I mean, either there are only two ways to justify that claim. Either I'm a fool or the man who's accusing me is a fool. There is no third option here. I am not a fool. That I am very clear.
Okay, let's move on to the election fight. This is like the first direct, most winnable election that you are contesting.
Correct.
I think, in Lok Sabha election, you had a chance, but your opponent was Shashi Tharoor, was not like someone to take very lightly. But this time,
I almost beat him.
You almost like 16,000 votes. So you had a
8,000 votes more if I had got, I would have beaten him. 8,000 votes more.
You had a very good run. But then this is also...
And in only 35 days of campaigning. Because you are the one who's saying Shashi Tharoor is some great mystical god.
No,
I
didn't say that. I said he's a heavyweight.
It took only 35 days for a total newcomer.
Exactly.
Trivandrum did not know from Adam. to come here and make the point that he's a failure. So, and I almost beat him.
So that was your first election also, first election in your life. And this is like the second election in your life, but first assembly election in your life. And why choose Nemam?
But can I just interrupt you a bit? I think again, this is, you haven't really picked up on my background. I have run elections in Karnataka.
That's
from
true.
96.
That's true.
So none of this is new to me.
Yeah.
I have been Prabhari for multiple states for the BJP NDA. Puducherry, where they first time we formed government, I was the Prabhari in 2021. I was involved in UP election. I was involved in Telangana election. So I have a great long track record of electoral experience.
Yeah.
But the first time I was a direct candidate was Lok Sabha.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
In terms of,
and this is the second time.
This is like a, it's a physical grind also. Being a candidate, you have to do the meet and greet.
Yeah, of course.
It's not, there is one part that is intellectual, but the other part is physical meet and greet.
This is not about intellect at all. It's about building trust with people, making people believe in your vision. It's not about being a visionary.
You're not from Nemam, you don't have vote in Nemam, but why choose Nemam? What is special?
There was a reason for it, and there is a history to it. When I finished the Lok Sabha election, before the results, I said, whatever be the results, I am not leaving Tirunelveli.
Okay.
I said it then, if you go back and check the archives. Then when I lost the election, I said, whatever be, fine, I competed, I lost, I am not going anywhere. I immediately bought a flat.
Yeah, you bought a flat
I moved to
this place, right? Taikadu or something.
Kaudiar. So I bought a flat. I mean, I didn't pick the location on one flat was available. It was something that I could buy. I bought it.
So you want to move to Kerala?
So, and from then I have not been living. I have not gone to Bangalore for months and months. The first time after the Lok Sabha election, when I went back to Bangalore, it was about 150 days later.
Okay.
And my wife and son came out with a sign that says 158.
Okay.
Subtly to imply that those were the number of days that I had not been there. So I take my responsibilities very seriously. I mean, you may not have met, you may have met other politicians, but with me, I'm a very intense person. I take on a responsibility, I get into it.
I know. I mean, I speak to my ground sources.
I'm answering your question about why Nemam. Nemam, look, 35 days, a brand new person, nobody knows me. I know nobody.
Let's say.
And Nemam gave me a 25,000 vote lead. And I said after the results that this is a debt of gratitude that I'll never forget.
Okay.
And so therefore when I was asked, we want you to contest, my party told me, my leadership told me, we want you as a state president to compete, lead from the front. Which constituency would you prefer? I said, I would prefer Nemam.
Okay.
That's how I said, because I believe that they did so much for me.
You're saying it's not the other way around. You're saying it's the party that asked you.
Party asked me to contest an election.
Okay. Not
my
exactly
original idea was that I will manage the election.
Okay.
I'm the state president. I have to run around, travel all around the state, support my colleagues. But the party was very clear. My leadership was very clear. They wanted me to contest. They asked me to contest. And I said, I'm more than happy to contest. It's a privilege and an honor to contest. But I can't decide that I want to contest.
But if we go back slightly back in time, in 2024, what was your motivation to contest? You have been a Rajya Sabha MP for 15 years.
I was going to contest in Bangalore. The original idea, at least until February.
You've been a Rajya Sabha MP, you've been in the upper house for so long. Why couldn't you become like a fourth-term Rajya Sabha MP? Was it like the party
I had made up my mind very clear that I wanted to be Lok Sabha. That I had two choices in front of me.
Okay.
As the third term was progressing.
Okay.
Either I call it quits.
Okay.
Or I go to Lok Sabha. I didn't want to be in Rajya Sabha anymore.
Okay.
Okay. And there's a reason for that. And I'll explain the reason for it. And it goes back to how I got into politics in my first term.
Okay.
I got into politics completely by fluke.
Okay.
Because there happened to be a government in Karnataka at that time, which is a Janata Dal BJP coalition, which also happened by some mysterious twist of fate. And there was a fourth seat that was a seat that could only be won if the JDS and the BJP came together.
Yeah.
I had just sold my business.
Okay.
And I was sitting at home on a 6-month sabbatical, trying to get fit, get in shape, reading up things, what are the new areas, blah, blah, blah. When somebody took me by fluke to meet Devegowda on a Sunday afternoon interrupting a movie that I was watching on Asianet after a biryani meal. He took me to me. Devagoda looked at my forehead, some astrologer type thing, and he said, "You have a future in politics." And I said, "Would you like to be?"
The best movie you didn't watch.
This is a true story.
The best movie you didn't watch.
And so I said, "Let's try it for 1 year, 1 term, 5 years, 6 years." But it turns out that I did well. I made a difference with 2G, got the whole spectrum auction thing single-handedly done. And I said, maybe I have a knack for this. Maybe I can make a difference. And that's how I continued. So therefore, going back to this third term question, I was clear that for if I wanted to continue in politics and to increase my credibility, I needed to be a directly elected legislator.
Was it the party direction or your own?
No, it's mine. It was my choice. I had a choice of completing my 3 terms and saying, I'm done. Let me find a small house in under coconut trees and write a book or something. Memoirs, which is what most people do after they do 3 years, 3 terms of politics. And I started a book. All that happened.
But you're still young. You're like 61 right now.
Yeah,
right?
but I started politics very young as well, 40 years old. But then it struck me that if the party was willing to let me contest Lok Sabha, then why don't I contest Lok Sabha? And the party said yes. In November of 2023, the party told me, if you are keen, we are willing to let you contest. My mind was focused on Bangalore. Because that was where home was. I had done 18 years of public life there. I had fought many battles there. I knew the city inside out, and I did a lot of activism there. And but it turns out that my Prime Minister and my Home Minister said, why don't you go try Kerala and Tirunelveli? So I said, good, let me try it. And I have a genetic flaw that somebody tells me it's a difficult thing, you can't do it. I have a habit of jumping on it and saying, I will do it. You don't see it like
a punishment or anything.
No, I didn't see it as a punishment. I came here and I was pretty happy to come here and breach the fort.
This is like after Lok Sabha, you're contesting in an assembly. But you're also someone who the BJP sent to, let's say, something like World Economic Forum, or you deliberate
AI
about
Summit.
AI Summit and all that. As an MLA of Nemam, your potential will be limited to doing legislation for the state at max. Why?
Look, my son has asked me the question. My father, whom I love dearly, was very disappointed when I lost the election, and B, when I decided that I am going to focus myself on building the BJP NDA in Kerala. And said, no, why? All the same questions that you are asking me. You are semiconductors, you are an AI, No. My son asked me the same question. No, my kids ask me when I don't see them for months.
What is it worth?
No, but look, I have a particular kida in my genetic system. It's a flaw maybe. That when people say it can't be done, and that is how people always talked about Kerala. It cannot be done. Kerala BJP can never do it. I mean, when I came here, there were CPM leaders who were, smirking and say, Malayali, he's a businessman. He can hardly speak Malayalam. He can't wear a munda. What is he going to do politics here? All that happened. I don't know if you just track what happened after March 2025. I went through the whole baptism of CPM Congress criticism and certification.
Welcome to Kerala.
As you get these equipment certification, they were issuing certificates right, left and center. So that works reverse with me. And it gives me a little extra kida to sit and say, I will do it. So that's the only answer I have. It's not like I want to be a chief minister.
But let me ask you a speculative question. Like if the seat opens up next Lok Sabha election, you definitely want to contest as a Trivandrum.
I'm not going anywhere. If I continue to be in politics, if I find that politics is still giving me the thrill, the satisfaction that I expect from anything I do. I don't do anything unless I get some satisfaction. I have to feel positive about what work I do as a minister, as an MP, as a state president. If I continue to feel that, then I certainly don't want to go anywhere. I want to contest in 29. I want to hopefully be the first BJP NDA MP from the capital.
So that's your short-term goal is still becoming an MP in Trivandrum.
No, and I would certainly want to represent Tirunelveli, either in Nemam or in the Lok Sabha. Certainly, my first opportunity is Nemam. I'm certainly confident that people will give me an opportunity. And beyond that, if the party says you go and contest Lok Sabha also, then I'll be more than happy.
Because I remember asking, guys around Shashi Tharoor this question before, like, would you be interested in contesting assembly elections? And they gave me a very reasonable answer. It's like he travels at least once a week abroad. He has his international assignment, he gets talked to, he gets speech invites to Oxford and all that. So you are also very similar, in Kerala you are also seen as very similar, right?
This is the one big myth that I want to correct. Me and him are not similar at all.
You are also Harvard educated.
No. That is not at all a similarity. I have built a pretty solid career with some real accomplishments of my own. I'm sorry, I'm not knocking him. He may have written 20 books or 21 books or whatever it is that he has done. But I certainly don't want to be pitched or equalized with him because I worked way too hard in my life to be suddenly equated to something like that. You can say I'm a mini Bill Gates or something, it'll give me great thrills. You can say I'm somebody like that in that area. But I am not, I'm by no stretch of imagination, by no factor am I anywhere in the same ballpark as that gentleman. He has his own space and domain, which is in wherever it is. Peace be unto him, and good luck to him. But I am a man who thrives on work. I am a man who is a workaholic. I am not. I don't have the gift of the gab. I am not sophisticated. I am not very articulate. I can't put 6
when you say
words.
You don't have the gift of the gab, it has delivered to you at least 3 criminal cases so far, right?
That is not gift of the gab. That is saying the truth. That is a different thing. Gift of the gab is just.
But you could have avoided saying that.
No. I have not a regret in my life about what I say. If I say Hamas should not be permitted in this state, and it is and if you throw freedom of speech against me, then I will say what I have to say. Then if you want to call me a Vargiyavadi, then you are an idiot. I'm sorry. If the Chief Minister now wants to call me a communal.
It's like I was speaking to people who are in the BJP when you arrived as state president, and the impression that I got is somehow they liked it, but not for the reasons that you think.
I don't think any reason.
Yeah, they liked you because you were like this, rank outsider coming in, and nobody knows where you are like aligned perfectly. They have their own factions, they have their own loyal leaders. It's a good thing for any party to have like loyal fans for loyal leaders.
Sure.
But nobody knew like who you are aligned with, and nobody knew what's your agenda. So, and of course, as BJP president, everybody wanted to please you. So they are all working hard, and in return, they were all working hard for the party. So it created a dynamism in the party, I guess. But see, BJP has been here for long, RSS has been here for even longer. Why do you think, it has not gone beyond this, 15% vote share? 15% vote share is a big thing in Kerala.
20%.
I'm not, 20 to 15%, depending upon which election you track. But I'm not minimizing the impact of it. It's a big thing. You have become a force that people cannot brush away. But your votes are scattered.
No, I'll tell you. I mean, I'm not again a political pundit by any stretch of imagination, but I have a fairly highly developed sense of common sense. And look, there are 2 reasons for BJP's, let's say, less than rapid growth in Kerala. One is, and this is an inalienable fact, undeniable fact, which is that BJP has been tarnished, if you want to call it that, or trapped in a narrative that has been set by the CPM and the Congress, that it is a communal party. So effectively disqualifying it from 49% of the vote. In a state that is 49% Muslims and Christians, or 46 or whatever, if you are branded as anti-minority, then automatically you are disqualified from that vote, which is what has happened for the last 25-30 years. And there's never been a concerted effort on the part of the BJP, or if there was a concerted effort on the part of the BJP, it didn't work to dispel that narrative or break that narrative.
I like that you saying honestly that it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. Obviously, if you're stuck at 12%, 15%, it hasn't worked. And the other thing is, even for those who wanted to vote for BJP, there was another narrative that was stuck on BJP. thought of BJP, which is that they could never win.
Okay.
And I experienced this firsthand when I went for a by-election in Nilambur about 3 months after I became state president. I went and camped there. Nilambur is a predominantly Muslim constituency. Yeah. Everybody said, you're wasting your time. Nothing is going to happen. That's okay. But I went, and every home that I walked in and trudged out with a leaflet talking about our candidate who was a Christian candidate. People said, Mone, we have been ready to vote for you for 20 years, but you will not win. Ningal jaikilla. Adondu njangal endina vote waste cheyyunnu. So that is the other thing that was sort of slowing down or retarding our expansion, political expansion.
So there's a soft support which hasn't translated into votes.
No, so there is support for us.
Yeah.
But politics today, in this democratic process, people vote tactically. A lot of people vote tactically with the view that I don't want to waste my vote. Yeah. It's not all about sentiment, it's also about determining who I want to be my MLA.
Okay.
There is that dynamic at play as well. So I don't like the MLA from CPM, but I like BJP. But if I vote for BJP, its odds are that the CPM MLA will win.
Yeah.
So I'll vote for the Congress MLA. This has played itself out for the last 25 years. And that is an undeniable fact, reality of Kerala politics.
Do you think it's ironic that the same thing is being talked about as this deal cutting by Medi Suggestion? Effectively, what he says is
it's not ironical, it's hypocrisy. I'm sorry.
It's a thing that it's the same logic that he uses. Palakkad left is fielding what he perceives as a weaker candidate to split minority votes to help BJP, and in return, there is some other constituency where BJP
can I answer
is
that question? I mean, there is hypocrisy, and then there is this Congress level of hypocrisy. It's like there is the gold standard and there is the Congress standard of shamelessness. Who has given a certificate to the Congress party that they are the sole purveyor of Muslim votes? Where did that certificate get issued? Who has issued that certificate?
I've actually seen you using the same word in previous interviews. Shameless. But I'm saying
no. Let me finish this.
Only an add-on thing to it's. See, if it was any other leader, it would have been something else. But this is the opposition leader of the state.
Yeah, right.
So do you think
does that give him any? Does that give him any
substantial answer?
No. Does that give him But what substantial answer to Rahul Gandhi? Are we giving substantial answers when he says vote chori? What are we saying? A leader of opposition doesn't make Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi makes the leader of opposition what it is. But look, the fact is
Yeah, sure.
And I'm open to a discussion and debate, but it will not change my opinion. I'll tell you why. Facts are facts. This is a democracy. Everybody has a right to seek every vote in Kerala. Nobody has a predetermined area that this is my vote and thou shalt not encroach on it. There's no such thing unless you have some predetermined understanding between the CPM and the Congress.
Okay.
Where is it saying that today? Where does it say that the BJP should not field Idwa candidates? So that means if in one constituency we are fielding an Idwa candidate against the CPM's Idwa candidate, it means there's an understanding between us and this thing to help the Congress. But isn't this bizarre? Just step back a little bit and think about how ridiculous this proposition is. If I put a BJP contest a Nair candidate against a Congress Nair candidate, that means I'm splitting the Congress vote to help CPM. Why is this argument only made in the context of a Muslim candidate?
I think the problem is, they're selectively cherry picking 10 seats.
It is,
and they're saying in those 10 seats, they could
cherry picking is being done by the man who's trying to create this narrative, not by the people who put it.
But why they do this is kind of understandable because, there's a history to this. I'll tell you. Except in O. Rajagopal's case, in many other cases, we have seen this tri-party contest becoming favorable to a guy who may not have won. Like for example, in Shivankutti's case, in Nemam.
No, I am not disputing your political
lesser votes than he previously won.
I will not dispute.
But he still won because his votes were cut by.
How was Shivankutti won in 2006-11? How did he win? He won with the UDF vote. I've just in the press conference gave you chapter and verse I gave about CPM and Congress coordination.
Okay.
In 2025, in 3 places I will give you evidence of how to stop the BJP. The UDF supported the LDF, and how to stop the BJP, the LDF supported the UDF. Now where does that figure in this?
Okay, let's come back.
No, 1 second. I want to set this to rest. Just because a Congress leader of opposition makes a point, does not make it a fact. It has to be discussed threadbare and discussed, and that onion needs to be peeled.
In the sense like...
No, because you cannot say, if you're a Congress party with a little bit of sensitivity to being seen as a hypocrite, a party that is contesting in Tamil Nadu with the CPM is in a formal political alliance in 27 states and 8 union territories, is now pretending and preaching to me that I am the B team of the CPM and the CPM is the B team of Congress, BJP.
But let's be honest, like every party has its own contradictions, right?
That is patronizing. Let's be honest, is patronizing. Yeah. That is not at all being honest. That is being disingenuous.
No, I'm saying every party has its own contradictions. Right?
No, this is not a contradiction. This is a basic, fundamental political fact. CPM and the Congress are one. Politically, ideologically, and they have enjoyed the run in Kerala for the last 35 years, where when the CPM declines, the Congress automatically comes in. The Congress declines, the CPM automatically comes in. And in the process, the state goes for a 6. This is our case that we are making to the people. Therefore, I cannot take it lightly. This is precisely the case we are making for change. That you cannot now fall prey to this Bharananatyam. That somehow suddenly V.D. Sadishan is this visionary who was figured out by looking into this crystal ball that there is this understanding between the CPM and the Congress. While the understanding between the CPM and the Congress is alive and well in Tamil Nadu and every other place.
This could all be very coincidental also.
It is in 27 states and 8 union territories is coincidental.
No, I'm saying in Kerala, where
I have no justification for why the CPM does what it does, and I am nobody to justify. But for the Congress party to allude that we will have any truck with a party that has killed 1,300, injured and killed 1,300 Karyakartas of the BJP is to abuse our intelligence. And abuse the intelligence of the people of Kerala. That you can't relate.
Especially when it's headed by a man like Pinarayi Vijayan.
Yeah, how can you say today that we will have a truck with the CPM? How can Pinarayi Vijayan say that we will have a truck with Rahul Gandhi? Have they gone finally loco or what?
Have you met Pinarayi Vijayan in the recent months?
I have met him. No, I have met him on a flight. I have nothing personal against anybody.
You met him on a flight.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What would you two talk about?
I slept. I was tired and I slept on a flight. I had nothing to talk about. Look. I have greatest regard for people in public life. I never abuse anybody. I don't see him as an enemy. He's a senior person.
Did he acknowledge?
Yeah, of course. We chatted for 5 minutes before we landed and all that. All that is fine. I told him that I hope you know that I was responsible for changing the name of the state to Kerala. Because he wrote a gracious letter to me thanking me for it.
Wow.
Now, if I say that publicly now, P.D. Sadishan will say, look, Pinarayi Vijayan wrote a letter to Rajeev Chandrasekhar. That means there will be an understanding.
That's a thumb for us.
Exactly. Rajeev Chandrasekhar says he received a letter.
Pinarayi Vijayan said a thank you note to Rajeev Chandrasekhar.
Which means slam dunk. That is the political alliance.
But we are going tangential now. But why change this from Kerala to Kerala? It's been debated so long and there are very reasons. But for you emotionally,
there is no binary in this. You may have an opinion, we have an opinion. We think this is a great state that for many strange political reasons, the history and heritage of the state have been, let's say, distorted by this very, very strange Marxist tendency to somehow rewrite the history of any region through the prism of Karl Marx or Engels or whichever ideologue they are in bed with for the moment. This is a great state. This is, by any stretch of imagination, even the limited reader will start getting enthralled by the thousands of years of tradition and history of the state. And that state was Kerala. Kerala was a name that came in and the British came with the name and all that fine. But to say that we want to create, and this is a page out of Prime Minister Modi's book, that while we talk about a modern India, while we talk about the third largest economy in the world, while we talk about Viksit Bharat, we take along with us what was our virasat in Hindi, which is our culture, a heritage. Again, not to imply that this is unipolar, uni-religious. This is where Islam was born. This is where the Christian faith started in the subcontinent. So all that we need to celebrate as Keralam. That is our viewpoint and our vision on the planet. But it is what it is.
I want to come back to what you said about Nilambur, and there's an interesting thread there. I think it said. You said wherever you go, people say, you're not a winnable guy.
No, not wherever you go. Only Nilambur.
Only Nilambur. That, but
after that, they don't say it because we won Trivandrum Corporation and many municipalities.
Yeah. So now you have a portfolio.
Correct.
And when you came to Kerala as BJP president, I remember you were talking relentlessly about development.
Correct.
AI, tech sector growth and all that. So it was very clear that you want the agenda to change from all this thing to development. But then sometimes the signal is confusing because this Gopalakrishnan statement about Guruvayur, why Guruvayur is not electing a Hindu MLA, and you supported him.
No,
what I was very curious is, see, for you, an immediate takeaway from that could be, why did Guruvayur vote for a left guy for the last 50 years? That is also a takeaway, right?
No.
There should be something with the population, right?
No. I did not justify Gopalakrishnan.
Okay.
I said if the EC has to take a case, let the EC, that has to be decided by the EC. But I said, and I don't want to run afoul of the EC because they are adjudicating this dispute. I said during an election, the Article 19(1) right to free speech doesn't go away. Okay. If the candidate says something violative of 19(2), which is that it's defamatory, it incites things, that is to be adjudicated by the court. Pinarayi Vijayan should not jump in and start saying.
You could immediately see that, in the last 50 years, these people have elected a left guy or a Congress guy. You could ask, like, why?
Yes.
Why would they?
No, but there is a context. No, there is a context here. What is happening today amongst general Hindu Vishwasis?
Exactly. Like
there is a context here, and what is the context? It is nothing to do with left or Congress or politics or anything. It is about when a sacred temple like Sabrimala, on which there has been football played since 2018, and now those football players are doing U-turns. And then to crown it, 4.5 kilos of gold goes, and nobody is making an attempt to find out who is responsible for it. The ministers are scot-free. The Devasam board guys are getting bail. The actual broker, who's the guy who's done the gold stealing, he's out on bail because of a diluted charge sheet. So you don't expect everybody to then talk only about AI and semiconductors.
This is about now. You're saying there is a context.
There is a context there.
Yeah, but in general, if you look at...
And like by the way, I didn't finish the context. And then there are reports that are saying that there is 65 crores missing from Guruvayur. Now, in that context, what should a political leader do? Talk about AI and semiconductors?
No, I understand. I understand you.
I can't even talk about left and the UDF. I have to say, let me finish this. I will say, and it is my right to say, that I am a Guruvayur Bhaktan. And if you give me an opportunity, I will protect Guruvayur. Because there is a context that Guruvayur has not been protected. It is nothing to do with Muslims and
I understand, the political angle that...
No, this is commonsensical angle.
Yeah, I understand you as a politician saying. But the thing is, this has been something that BJP has tried to do in the past.
No, this is not at all that.
I'm saying, in the sense, Kerala has people like Hindus who go to temple like 4 to 5 times a day, go to Guruvayur every month or Sabrimala every month. But they haven't been voting for BJP. Despite being strong believers.
Correct.
Their primary identification when I go to the polling booth probably is about, as a Torilali or as a party guy or as a caste guy or as SNS, SNDP guy. You have been trying to change this you want him to identify as a guy who would vote for development, right?
Yes.
So you see my problem.
No, there's no problem. There's nothing about me will be like the Congress. There's no contradiction or hypocrisy in what I do. Let me tell you that straight off the bat. Development means corruption-free governance. What are we saying today? Vikasita Keralam, Vishwasa Samrakshanam, Surakshita Keralam. I will talk about Jamaat-e-Islami entering mainstream politics in Kerala. Okay, that is Surakshita Kerala. I don't want Kerala to become Bangladesh. Okay. I am very clear. And that is not at all a binary with Vikasanam. If you make Kerala a Bangladesh, there will be no investor coming to Bangladesh. I mean, to Kerala. Okay. Second, Vishwasa Samrakshanam. What is our assurance? We don't believe in appeasement. Because appeasing one means injustice to the other. And what is happening in Sabrimala, what is happening in Guruvayur is injustice. And so what we are saying, what are we saying? Our proposition is every faith, every believer must have the right to be protected by his or her government. His places of worship should be safe. His places of whatever belief should be safe and protected. It cannot be the case that I am an elected government, Ellam Shariyavum was my promise, and then I preside over Sabrimala 4.5 kgs gold. I do U-turns on rituals. The same government today is saying in the Supreme Court through the Devasam board that no, Tandri should decide the rituals. So this common sense and this brain was not wired right in 2018. So these are issues that we have to say. Political hypocrisy has to be outed. Political doublespeak, U-turns have to be exposed. This is, I can assure you, whether you want to call me a non-Vigasanam guy or a non-AI semiconductor guy, I consider it my duty to say this type of political nonsense must stop. You can't do this. You can't in 2018, because you are going to win another election or you've just won a great election, decide you can trample over Ayyappa Bhakt's faith. And then in 2026 come to the same government, put an affidavit saying that no, Tandri should be in charge.
I want to talk about Kerala's minorities for a minute. In the sense, no government in Kerala has come to power without the support of either Muslim minority or Christian minority.
Correct.
You need their support. What have you brought to the table in order to change your conception as a minority unfriendly party in Kerala?
So,
and also, let me be very honest, I've seen priests talking about this, Muslim scholars talking about this. See, I don't think they viscerally hate you, especially the Christian minority viscerally hate you. But there have been instances when there are, nuns being attacked in the north, and of course, the first, this thing will be hit by the Malayali priest sitting over there. He'll calling a priest in Thrissur, and then you only have to do the coordination. I've seen Suresh Gopi, making calls to get, rescue nuns and all that. So you are in a position where you can help them, but unfortunately, there's a trust deficit.
Yeah.
How do you bridge this?
No, I agree with you 100%. I'll give you my personal experience.
Yeah.
When I came here for the Lok Sabha election, and around the 10th or 11th of March, as we were sitting in the party office, they said, no, there's no point campaigning here. And they pointed at a coastal area. Poriyur is the place.
Okay.
I said, why? No, there are only Christian votes there and you'll never get any votes there.
Okay.
So again, that's a mistake. Saying that I will not get votes is a trigger for me.
Okay.
So I said, I'm going to go there. I went there the next day morning. From morning to evening I was there, and I saw such negligence, such decrepit situation that people were living in. 400, 500 meters of coastline had been eroded by erosion with no seawall, no coastal protection. Whole beaches where fishermen used to launch boats for their livelihood disappeared. Homes had crumbled, roads had vanished. People were living without roofs and drinking water.
Okay.
So
I've actually written about it, and in my thing,
it was beyond sub-Saharan Africa.
What I discovered was, the coastal community in Kerala, if they have been one voting bloc, they could decide at least 20 assembly constituencies, which would have made, if not kingmaker.
So anyway, so I did this, and then the whole day I didn't leave, and towards the evening, and I went to every home, and I would say, look, give me an opportunity, I'll fix this. And then the second day I came back with a blueprint.
Okay.
I had spoken that night to the Ministry of Fisheries and Shipping. We had done a blueprint on the groins and how we could do it, how it was done in Tamil Nadu, but Kerala was not doing it. All that, and I called a group of people and presented to them, saying, if I am an MP, I want to do this for you.
Okay.
Late that evening, an old lady, as I was walking through the homes, called me and said, come, old lady, very old lady, and Amachi type, took me inside a house full of flies and very badly off, gave me a glass of hot Horlicks.
Okay.
And made me sit on a plastic chair and said, മോനെ ഞങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വോട്ട് തരാൻ തയ്യാറാണ്. ഞാൻ കേട്ടു ഇന്നലെയും ഇന്നും സംസാരിക്കുന്നത് ആത്മാർത്ഥമായി ചെയ്യാൻ മോൻ താല്പര്യമുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു യെസ്, പക്ഷെ ഞങ്ങളെ പള്ളി കത്തിക്കരുത്, നിങ്ങൾ ആൾക്കാരോട് പറയണം പള്ളി കത്തിക്കരുത്. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു അമ്മ ആരാ ഇത് നിങ്ങളോട് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത് ഞങ്ങൾ പള്ളി കത്തിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്? എല്ലാം ഞങ്ങളോട് പറഞ്ഞു വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ നിങ്ങൾ ആൾക്കാർ പള്ളി. സോ ദിസ് ഈസ് വാട്ട് ഐ ടോൾഡ് യു അബൌട്ട് വൺ ഓഫ് ദ റീസൺസ് ഫോർ നോൺ ഗ്രോത്ത് ഓഫ് BJP. There is this narrative that has been filled in the minds of Christians and some Muslims.
But who is filling this narrative?
I mean, that you decide, no? Now, if I say it, you will say...
No, I'm saying two examples, for like Kerala Story, that movie. Yeah. It's not us. Yeah. It's some guy sitting in North making up a narrative.
Why are we getting bent out of shape of a movie? Yeah, you have a right to make a movie, I have a right to make a movie.
There are people on Twitter who associate themselves with BJP, calling Kerala Christians rise-back converts.
No. Look. Now, associating myself and all, these are loose, connecting dots in a very tenuous manner. I may have friends, I may have some person that I know who is a rank idiot. Means, but you can't put it on my head.
Okay.
I mean, you will have accomplices and friends. You can't be held in judgment for all their conduct. No, leave that aside for a minute.
Okay.
Kerala Story is a movie made by somebody.
Okay.
He has the right to make a movie, just like somebody has the right to make Emburan, or somebody has the right to make Dhurandhar. You have a right to like it, dislike it. I didn't go watch Emburan because I don't think I'm a great fan of Mohanlal's. I don't want to watch Emburan. I loved Dhurandhar. Now I don't want to go watch Kerala Story if it is about somebody eating beef or something.
Force feeding beef.
Yeah, so
but why not come out against it?
I said it
very heavily.
Why should I go heavily on something? What is
because it's showing Kerala, it's force feeding
people
beef
who don't watch it. No, that is why I'm saying one of the problems with media is that you want us to create controversies that then become visible. I'm not that type. My focus is something else. If something I don't like happens, I'll ignore it. Why should I get bent out of shape and make a spectacle of myself about the movie? That is a movie, he has a right to make it. If it is illegal, the courts will strike it down. The court is hearing the matter.
But I'm assuming, the very basic thing about this is, if it's a propaganda movie, and if you're very clear that it's a propaganda movie against a community, going after it will give you political mileage also, especially.
But that's what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying everything need not be about political mileage.
Okay.
It's about
You choose.
I may choose not to like a movie, but I'll defend to death his right to make that movie.
Okay.
I mean, it's a borrowed quote, but it's a quote which I stand by. I fought against Section 66A when I was an MP by taking a PIL. Freedom of expression, whether the expression is something I like or dislike, is a fundamental right. Now, he has a right to make a movie. You don't like it, don't watch it. You can criticize it, you can abuse him.
I don't think the left or the Congress is actively trying to ban that movie in Kerala, but they do held protest march against the propaganda that is being thrown at Kerala.
That's fine. They are doing it to pander to their vote bank. We know it, you know it, I know it.
You don't want to pander to their vote bank?
I don't want to pander to any vote bank.
Okay.
That's not our politics. We don't pander to anyone. We say ellavarkum vendi vikasitha Kerala. So this is not about slicing and dicing and doing some strange trigonometry arithmetics, Rahul Gandhi style.
Again, fact remains that you can win 1 or 2 seats, but to make a government in Kerala, you need the minority support.
Look, you have an opinion. You have an opinion. I have an opinion. Neither are you the world's expert on Kerala politics, nor am I.
Yeah.
I will go by what my instinct teaches me, what my instinct has taught me, what my instinct guides me. You will tell me something.
On this particular question, everywhere I talk about, BJP is getting talked about in this election a lot. But it's getting talked about in a way that you'll win certain seats. How do you get from here, point A, to point B, where you will win a government here?
By asking me this question, you are first accepting that there has been a big reset on the BJP narrative. What was the narrative pre this? BJP will never win a seat. What did Pinarayi Vijayan just say in an interview? BJP will get 0. What is this Shivankutti going and saying? Putum.
But see, that's
I'm just saying.
Anything is bigger than zero.
I said, I am very openly saying this, and I'm saying with all responsibility. I'm not prone to rhetoric. You will get an unexpected set of results in these elections. I am extremely confident about that. I'll tell you why. Because people are genuinely fed up. They are fed up. They are seeing beyond all this leftist dogma and Congress crap. They are basically now waking up to the reality that children are having to go outside to study and to find jobs. Farmers are waking up to the reality that they have to wait for 6-7 months to get the money that is obligatory on their part to get in 48 hours. People living in the coastline are seeing the negligence and the way they are living. So look, at the end of the day, economics matters. Jobs matter, social welfare matters, quality of life matters, and all if you are doing is feeding, Marxist propaganda that has a shelf life. That shelf life expired in China some decades ago. It expired in Russia, USSR expired. It will expire here as well.
And obviously, there's a leadership factor also. People like Modi, and that's how this BJP's renaissance in Kerala
plus I think don't underestimate the
local leadership.
No. Okay. I'm not on that issue. Don't underestimate the depth of Madhyai. People are saying Madhyai. Okay, I mean, when I yesterday went to
but we have two options for Madhyai.
What is that?
If you give me Madhyai, I have two options to vote for.
That is what it was historically.
Yeah.
And that today also there are only two options. There is UDF and NDA. Certainly it's not going to be LDF. Because what right-minded man or woman after 10 years of Pinarayi Vijayan will go into a voting booth and say, I want 5 more years of this torture. Tell me that story.
They did it in 2021. So they did it the same thing in 2021.
Yeah, 2021 was because of the ration kit. And the ration kit came courtesy Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji.
Do you seriously think Malayalis are so dumb to vote for ration kit?
Well, I am not saying Malayalis are dumb, but I am saying the CPM is very oversmart.
But I caught on with this particular term that you used, extraordinary results. You accused journalists of using loosely.
I'm not.
Why not put a number on it instead of using extraordinary?
Why should I put a number? I've never put a number. It's not my habit to put a number. I know it will make for a nice headline, but I'm not putting a number. I'll tell you why. The basic logic of this is, this proposition of change that we are putting forth, this proposition of development should technically appeal to all 140 constituencies minus some hardcore Malappuram constituencies. Logically, common sense. The problems that are afflicting a Malayali in Tirunelveli also afflicts him or her in Thrissur, also affects him or her in Kasaragod and Manjeshwaram. Joblessness, high cost of living. So why should I say today that we are happy with 20 seats or 25 seats or 140 seats? And we have got 2020 contesting, we have got BDJs contesting, we have a good alliance today with NPP coming in. This whole untouchability argument has been shattered once and for all. If there is untouchability or a pocket today that still resists the BJP or still fears the BJP or is dogmatic about the BJP, it is certain belts in Malappuram. Because the Grand Mufti went from Kozhikode to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and said what? That India is the safest country for Muslims. Now that obviously the Congress and the Muslim League won't like it, but he went and said it anyway. But that is the thing about truth. Truth has a way of coming out eventually.
But you need the Muslim League to like it, not the Grand Mufti.
That's fine.
But my final question, what is the direction given by Prime Minister Modi to you? When was the last time you met him?
I met him.
What is the thing that he said to you about this election? What is your...
He has high hopes of this election. He believes that Kerala has to change, that there's a lot of things that the government of India can do by way of development in Kerala if there was a partnership government. Now, for example, so many projects today, I'm giving you an example. There is a very, very powerful social welfare scheme called PM Ayushman, which is, and that has a scheme for above 70s, free 5 lakhs of health insurance.
Which has not been signed up in Kerala.
It has not been signed. There is a powerful PM Shri school program where every government village school can be made into a digital, transformed into having digital classroom. Not signed.
But they have their own reasons to not sign it.
They'll have reasons. Of course, they'll have reasons. Because they have reasons to justify the current situation of high indebtedness also. I'm not denying that they have reasons.
The national education policy is what...
No, you asked me what Prime Minister's expectation is.
Did he give
the expectation is that if you have a much more development-oriented partner government in the state of Kerala, we can do a lot to transform Kerala's economy qualitatively and quantitatively.
But you know what Britta's told me? He told me that Nitin Gadkari thinks Pinarayi Vijayan is an excellent administrator, excellent taskmaster.
Britta thinks he's the next president of the USA also.
Okay. But did he give you like a target number? You don't have to disclose the number. But did he give you like a target number? These many seats you have to win. This is
Prime Minister doesn't operate that way. He doesn't say go get a target.
Okay. Go catch the rat.
He is extremely supportive. He knows that this is a difficult task that he gave me when he sent me here in 2025. And he knows that we are making an absolutely sincere effort to lay out what is really a vision that he has inspired. This development and opportunities for all. And we are doing what we can do. None of us claim to be Superman. I certainly am not Britta's or in that league of being a Superman or Pinarayi Vijayan Superman or Rahul Gandhi Superman. We are all...
Britta's will be very happy that you put in the league of Pinarayi Vijayan and Rahul Gandhi.
Of course he'll be happy. Of course, people cling on to imaginary satisfaction. So,
my takeaway from this discussion is, whether you win or lose in Nemam, you will be here for some time.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. And the best way for Trivandrum guys to probably, you said...
I can only tell you one thing as a last word.
You said you have a kida that, so if you lose, you'll probably be, working very hard for the next Lok Sabha election.
That is a kida. That's good. And I can tell you, my wife has joined me here to campaign for the election. And part of the reason is she fears that if I lose, I'll come back to Bangalore. So she is sitting here to make sure that I win.
Okay. Great. Thanks a lot for talking to me.